Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start working on this unit here. So I've covered up there's a certain label that has a company on it, so I had to cover that up. But all we have to do is just remove some screws on the side. There's two there and two on the other. And we'll go ahead and pop this off and see what we got. Alright, so the bottom part came off. It's just a metal bracket and there's some wire looped in it, so we'll just pop that off. And there's a little connector connecting directly to the unit for power. We got that off. Now let's pull this up and see what we got here. So it looks like we just got ourselves a metal casing, just some regular steel. And actually we got some interesting stuff here. Looks like we got ourselves a backup battery. Let's just pop that out. There's a New Sun 3-volt CR2325 cell. Nothing terribly unusual. It's a little less common than the normal ones that you find in motherboards. They're a lot flatter and hold less power. So I'm going to go ahead and see what we got next. So it looks like it's just a display board here, the little LCD module. So I'm going to go ahead and pop off these 4 screws that hold this board in place, and we'll see what we got. So now let's go ahead and pull this out. So this is once again, this is a clocking machine. This detects when people have entered the workforce and left. Basically tracks your attendance. So on the back here, guys, looks like some gold-plated pins. Connector there. Got some nice MLCCs. It's a little unclear, but there we go. You can see all those MLCCs surrounding that chip. There's going to be some good silver in there, as well as some over here. Little power connector, nothing special. Some buttons which may have silver. And let's see what else we got here. So it looks like it's just a small board. Nothing much. Is held down somehow. Now we gotta go and looks like there's some pins here. I don't know what those are about, but we're gonna go ahead and just move 2 screws here and here, there and there. So go ahead and do that. Alright, and there are 3 pins that fell out that were connected to the back here that would basically allow you to change settings, and these would come in like so, the narrow point up, and they would, in the backing, would come in contact with these 3 buttons. So it's basically to change settings and stuff. So this is a thermal time recorder, so it runs on thermal paper, like so, except it's on a card, so it's more sturdy. And let's see what we gotta do next here. So on here, there are 2 screws, one there and another there. I'm gonna pop these 2 out with a simple Phillips head. Now, as you can see, they are removed, and this backing comes off. So now we got ourselves a steel plate and what looks like a solenoid, which is just a copper coil. There's a little spring that creates charge. They use them in cash registers and such, as well as some phones, some of those pay phones that you find on the street. So these are very important components. So this is somehow relating to the stamping mechanism, most likely. So I'm going to go ahead and remove 2 screws on the side here to get out the solenoid, and then we'll work on the back here and remove these 4 screws that hold this in place. Okay, this is pretty cool. So this is the solenoid itself, right? This is a little stamper. It's basically a soft foam piece that pushes over, and underneath there there's actually a miniature LCD display that heats up, and it uses a sensor and stuff. That's pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and try to see if we can remove these 4 screws, these bolts, to get to this board, to get it out and have a closer look. Okay. There we go. So this piece is solid steel. And so we got ourselves our main board here. Looks like some weird coated paper. So yeah, as you can see, we got ourselves a little head there that is real unusual. It's hard to see, but you can see all those characters. So those are all numbers. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty neat. And of course, guys, there's some gold pins, little IC chip, another smaller one, and some pretty nice sized MLCCs too. I'm going to go ahead and just show you the size. They're pretty bulky too. So we got a good chunk of MLCCs that are going to add some decent weight. And a nice little display here that I may add to my collection. We got some wire and a solenoid. So here's a solenoid here that works on a spring, and gives us a main board that has all the processing in it. So yeah, I hope you found that interesting. And in short, a bunch of steel, a few high-grade circuit boards, 2 of them to be exact, or even more depending on your setup, a little copper motor for the clocking mechanism, and some wire and a power adapter. So hope you found that interesting at least, and hopefully it was useful for your information to learn more about certain things you may have not known what's inside. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.